It's been a while, but here we are. I have my black HTC One, and this video is going to show you how to customize the bootloader on your HTC One. Now, please keep in mind this does require S-off, and I highly recommend S-offing because of the fact that you have full control of your device. You can actually get S-off without even unlocking your bootloader. I need to replace this HTC One because the battery in this one is shot. And if I do get a replacement, I'll show you how to do a proper video on how to obtain S-off without even unlocking your bootloader. And once you have S-off, you can manually unlock your bootloader without going through htcdev.com. So please make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you want me to do that video. But anyways, so let's get started. Like I said, you have to be S-off to do this, so fair warning. And with S-off, you can update your radios without relocking your bootloader and flashing stock RUU, accepting the OTA update, and then re-unlocking, and then rerouting, and it's just so much more convenient having S-off. So let's get started. You're going to need to download two things off a link in the description. I'll also do a little screen recording here in a second, and it's just basically the bootloader customizer and a plugin, a DLL or whatever. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot the device and show you what I see when I reboot it. So it says HTC, and you'll get little red splash. I use this tool actually. You'll actually get a little red, this is development, blah blah blah, like a little red splash screen when it boots up. And that's what you will see. And you may not like that. You may want that to say something completely different. I don't know. It's your preference. It's your choice. So when this boots up, let's do this. Alright, the easiest way to get into the bootloader is to either A, power it off, and then when it's off, hold the volume down. Hold that until you see like a white screen where it says like fastboot and stuff. Or you can choose reboot, which is the way I like to do it, and just simply hold the volume down button while the phone's rebooting. Alright, I know it's pretty dark, but if I had the video brighter, you would be able to read all this stuff. So mine says locked. I promise you, I am S-off. I am not locked. Since we have S-off, we can change it. And if I took this to the Sprint store, and if I went to the Super SU app and I chose full unroot, and I got rid of anything that, gave up the fact that I was rooted at one point, like if I did a factory reset, they would see this right here, locked. Not relocked, not unlocked, locked. And then it says S on, and it looks like a stock bootloader. But here's one way to tell that I am definitely not locked at all. When I choose reboot recovery, it'll take me into my custom torp recovery. Now obviously you'll want to, get rid of that, or they may not even go into custom recovery to see if you're rooted or not. But I'm definitely rooted. I definitely have custom recovery. I am definitely S-off. So let's head over to the computer and continue from there. I will give you a heads up. There's two separate ways of doing this. The first way I'm going to show you requires fastboot, ADB, drivers, a computer, and everything. So the first way is a little bit more time consuming, and the second way does not require a computer, but it does require a powered USB OTG cable. If you have a USB OTG cable like this that is not powered, it will not work. You have to have a powered one. And they're like, I got mine for $8, and I'll have a link to it in the description. If I forget to put it there, just chew me out in the comments, and I'll update the description ASAP. See, we have Super SU, we have root privileges, and yeah, let's get started. Alright, now that we're at the computer, I'm going to have a link in the description. It's going to look like this right here, and then you'll just click on it. And when you do, it'll take you to the page. This guy right here, EG1122, shout out to him. I've used this plugin for the last few months now, ever since I got S-off, and he made it. So I'm going to show you how to do this. Basically, all you're going to do is you're going to go to, you can download Regala's program here. So it takes you to this thread. You'll need these two threads right here. I'll also have a link to this one. And then you'll just my plugin for the second post or here. So you just click on that link, and then it takes you to DevHost. Just press download. That's all you got to do. It'll download a .dll file right here. And then also, you need to go to Regah's post, and you need to go down here until you see Regah Mod Bootloader Customizer, and just click that. And you'll also need this right here. All right. Now, I've already done this because I went ahead and made my HTC One stock. I mean the bootloader stock. So here's the bootloader customizer, and here's the Sprint HTC One DLL. You can actually take these and move them to your desktop or wherever you want to place them just by pasting. And all right, we'll put this right here. Sorry about the color. For some reason, when I HDMI capture my laptop, it looks like kind of crap. Anyway, so when you first run this right here, you'll get a little error. All you got to do is right click on this, choose properties, and then it'll say unblock or unlock. Just click on that, hit apply, and then hit OK. And then when you open this up, this will work just fine. Now, to make your HTC One stock like mine, you press this, and it automatically chooses locked, and then show S on, the version number, hide development disclaimer. That's that little thing that pops up whenever you do your phone. So we're going to do custom, and we're going to do like my username on Twitter and Twitch TV, Ustream, Instagram, Vine, pretty much everywhere. It's wwjoshdew, PSN, everything. So we're going to go ahead and choose, like, for the version number, I can go ahead and go like 1337 for like elite or something, and then update build time. So you can check that if you want to. Hide the development disclaimer, custom development disclaimer. So I'll do like, hi there, this device belongs to Josh McAllister, aka what would Josh do? And then I'm just hitting tab to go down to the next screen. And then bootloader hacked by... Oh, come on. I keep hitting the freaking thing. Now I'm going to go ahead and do this right here. Copy link text. And then... And this guy... It won't fit this whole thing in there. Dadgummit. Alright, I'll do this. And... Oh, you can't do an and symbol? That's crap. There we go. I'll do that, and I'll hit apply. And then, so there we have it. We have my banner text. Instead of saying locked at the top, we'll say wwjoshdew. I will have my version number show 1337. I can show S on if I want to, but seeing S off is so much cooler. And I'm going to go ahead and hit create zip. And it says make sure you trust plugins from developers you trust. And then it's going to take that, and I'm going to go ahead and save it on my desktop. And then it says PN07IMG created, and then it tells you what all it did. So just press OK, and then we're done here. Now, on our desktop, there's this file right here. You'll need to take this, and you'll need to copy to the root directory of a flash drive, or in this situation, we're going to be using fastboot. So we're going to go ahead and move it to our platform tools. Just paste it right there. And then this will tell you how to do it. You'll need to copy this command right here. And then you'll need to hold shift, right click, choose open command window here. And I have the Android SDK installed. That's why I'm seeing this screen right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and press paste. And then it's going to reboot my device into, well, I wasn't in fastboot, so I probably need to do that. All right. I'll hold shift, right click, open command window here, ADB reboot bootloader. Now my device should reboot into bootloader since we have the drivers installed. Device not found. So after reinstalling drivers, trying different USB cables, trying different USB ports on my computer, and unplugging, replugging this device multiple times, and even rebooting my computer, I found out that my problem was something that was so simple. You'll see in a minute. I would cut this out entirely, but I go to a thread made by Big Daddy, and it's actually a thread that's quite useful for those of you that don't have the Android SDK installed. So please keep watching. So this is the problem with the first method. If you have issues with drivers, or you don't have a computer around, or anything like that, you're kind of SOL. I mean, you really don't have very many options at all. Alright, so let's try ADB reboot bootloader. Device not found. Alright, there's also a thread by HTC One, root. What would Josh do? Root HTC One. So I'm going to go to my little video here, and then I'm going to go to my description, and I'm going to go to... Shut up, dude. Big Daddy's thread right here. So this link right here will be in the description as well too, in case you having issues like I am. And he changed his little emblem here. So we're gonna go down here to the root files, and what is this one? What is this one? Android file host. Sweet. I don't like dev host. If I don't have to use it, I don't use it, because freaking this is so much faster. All right. So you download this. We're having issues, so at this point we're just troubleshooting. So feel free to skip ahead if you're watching this video and you're like, my device is being detected, so I'm good to go. Yeah, just skip ahead then. Alright, show in folder. Then we need to take this, we need to extract it. And then I like to move everything to the desktop so I know where everything is and it's easy to access. Oh, he put a folder inside a folder. I forgot. So we'll take this, move to the desktop. Delete this empty file thing. Alright, so drivers. We have 64-bit Windows. So if it tells me to, okay, so that one's not needed. And then there's this one right here, HTC driver. I'm just going to go ahead and fast forward through all this. So feel free to... Well, dang it. Why in the world? Let me try a different USB cable. Okay, so now we're using the official thing that came with our HTC One. Now, if you don't have the Android SDK installed, you can actually go right here in Big Daddy's awesome little, everything all in one place. And you can actually, we'll go to our platform tools, and we can actually take this PN0 whatever, it's called zip, go back, and we can actually paste it inside here, because you'll need to have it in the same directory that you have your fastboot stuff. It's just the easiest way to do it. So we're going to right click, open command window here, ADB, devices, and then hopefully in a second here, it will show us the serial number, ADB reboot bootloader. What the freaking flying freaking frick? Alright, I guess at this time I'll go ahead and reboot my freaking laptop here. Alright, unfortunately I have a slow 5,400 RPM hard drive in my computer. I'm waiting until next week before I can get an SSD, and it takes a little while to reboot. But with the power of editing, you don't have to wait through all that. ADB devices, and hopefully this will work. Hopefully. What the reboot bootloader device not found. Basically, if you're having trouble like I am, just troubleshoot and do your best to figure out the situation. But you want to first go to menu, settings, developer options, and see if you have it enabled. Oh, HTC Sync Manager. I wonder if it's something to do with that. I don't know. This is freaking frustrating. Alright, as a last ditch effort, I'm going to go over to my phone, and I'm going to go to developer options, and then... Oh, wow. Oh my freaking god. I've been through all this trouble, and the one thing I failed to freaking check was my phone. Wow. So that's on. I'm going to untick this, tick it again, press OK. Oh my god. So ADB devices. ADB devices. There we go. Holy freaking Luya. It was a freaking issue of, man, oh my. Okay, so let's do this. All right, let's freaking do this. All right, so we're back at that link that I have in the description. I'm going to go ahead and go to Regaz's thread here, and I'm going to go to this one, and we're going to copy this command right here. Now, the device may need to be in fastboot. We will see. Yep, okay. The device needs to be in fastboot, so we're going to close this out. We're going to hold shift again and open command window here, and then we're going to choose ADB reboot bootloader. All right, sweet. Now the device is rebooting into bootloader, and we're going to be able to do whatever we want to do in here. Remember what it said earlier. I know it's a little bright on the screen, but you saw earlier, and that's why I had to make the rest of the video really dark so you can see the text. But so here we go. Fastboot, paste, bam. Look at that. Now we are in HTC's little, reboot RUU mode, and you're going to see this little screen, and that's all you're going to see. So we're going to do fastboot flash zip, and then you don't need to copy this because I'm going to show you a neat little trick. Paste this, and then type space, and then P, and hit tab, or not. All right, so P in tab. There we go. So the first 2 letters I would type in PN07IMG, hit enter. Now it's pushing it, bootloader, successful. All right, so you're seeing this little screen. Now, for some freaking reason, when I see this screen right here, I have to manually turn my phone off. Like, I don't get it. I don't understand it. It doesn't actually go through all the way. So, as you see, it was successful. I'm just going to go ahead and hold the power button down, and I'm going to force this thing. I'm going to force its hand. I'm going to make it reboot. It's not going to have a choice. It is in my control. Come on, come on. You just keep holding it. There we go. And then it's off. So we're going to hold power button. And we're going to start. Oh, let's go into bootloader mode. So volume down and power. Keep holding, keep holding. You can let go of the power button once the only frustrating thing is trying to figure timing it right. Like volume down and then hold the power button. You can hold it until you see the white screen. There's a point where you can let go of power and keep holding volume down. But to be more successful, I just hold that. See, look at this. I'm going to zoom in on that. Mine says wwjoshdew. Mine says S off. I changed the hboot to 1.44.elite1337, and also when I go fastboot and I choose reboot, let me zoom out so you can see this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just press the reboot option. Remember, when you're in bootloader, you have to choose fastboot, and then you can choose your reboot. So you're going to see this little thing that says, "Hi there. This device belongs to Josh McAllister, aka What Would Josh Do? Bootloader hacked by Regal and Odd and the, what was his name? EG1122 guy." So that's how you do it. That's the harder way. I had issues with drivers. I had issue with fastboot not being enabled. I had issues doing this. So I'm going to show you the much, much easier way, but it requires a special cable. I'll be right back. Okay, so before I forget, in that root HTC One folder, you can go ahead and delete this. I hold shift and I hit press delete at the same time, and then it doesn't put it in the recycle bin. So to change this, I'm going to go ahead and choose, of course, my username. I'm going to do version. I'm going to go back to LEET1337. And then for the custom development disclaimer, I'm going to go this is just my little clipboard manager. All right, so it's a little bit different, I think, than the other one. So I'm just going to hit apply. And then once again, it's going to show me the little thing after I hit create zip and then OK. And then I can go to my desktop and put it there again. And then press OK. Close that out. I'm going to move. Again, you need to move this. into that directory that you have fastboot. Well, actually, since we're using a flash drive now, let me plug in my flash drive. Alright, so you do not have to move this file into any certain folder. You just need a flash drive or something to copy it to. So I'm going to plug in my little flash drive here. And then yesterday I put one on there, so PN0, delete that one. And then I'm going to go find this right here. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to go paste it onto my flash drive. And then I'm going to safely eject my flash drive. Okay, it's still flashing. I'm going to wait a second for it to stop flashing. Alright, so it stopped flashing, no more activity. I'm going to eject it, and then bam, now I'm going to cut over to my camera because you don't need the computer anymore. In fact, all you need is a computer to simply create this. So, that's all you need it for. And we're back. So what you're going to need is this USB OTG cable. I will have a link to this in the description below. I got it off Amazon. It was about $8 when I purchased it, and it was well worth it. And you get free 2-day shipping if you have Amazon Prime like I do. So basically, it's different from a USB OTG cable like this, or one like this, and I'm using it to control my DSLR. So I'll have to show you my second one, this one right here. This is not a powered one. This will work fine in most situations, but for some reason while in bootloader, it does not give power to the USB port. I don't know why. So what you're going to need is to take out the plug that you would normally plug into the bottom of your phone, and you need to plug it into this little port right here, and then like that, and then you'll take the flash drive and you'll put it in here, and then you'll take this end and you'll put it into the bottom of your phone. Now when you disconnect the power, it will not check the flash drive. Now I figured this out yesterday because the light on here wouldn't flash, and my bootloader would not check for zips that were on the flash drive. So when I plugged in the power, all of a sudden my flash drive started the little light started flashing, and then the bootloader said checking, and I didn't have any zips on there at the time. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that. We're just going to go ahead and hold power, and we're going to choose restart, and then we're going to hold the volume down button. And you just keep holding it again until you see the little white screen, and it says like S off, and then it says, whatever you want it to say. So here in a second, it should try to turn back on and go into bootloader. There we go. See, look at that. It's checking for zips, and it found it. Alright, and now it's just so simple. Just press volume up, and it's going to update it. Now, the beauty of this is when you have S off, if your radio has an update, which it says right here which version I'm on, if it has an update, if you don't have S off and you're unlocked but you're rooted, you need to relock your bootloader, which is going to require you to run the RUU, go back to 100% stock, start from scratch, accept the OTA update from Sprint. When that updates, it's going to flash a new bootloader on your phone, which may prevent you from getting S off, which 99% of the time, they do that. They update the phone just so they can slap a new bootloader in there and keep you from either having S off. Sometimes, like the EVO 4G LTE and the EVO 3D, they'll push out an update that prevents you from installing kernels in recovery. So you have to either find a workaround or S off your phone. That's why I just S off my phone the moment S off is available. So it's just much more convenient. And then we'll just simply hold the power button. Now, if you chose to hide the development disclaimer down here, it won't be there. As you can see, that's what I said on the computer, and it says, "Hi there. This device belongs to Josh McAllister." I chose that. I wanted it to say that. I could have it say anything I wanted to. I could have it get rid of that text completely and just be a clean white screen like that right there. It's completely up to you. Now, wasn't that a whole lot easier than your computer not recognizing your phone, not having a USB cable that carries data but only charges? I mean, that was a lot easier than pretty much everything. So, only thing it requires is this little $8 cable. There's also a $10 version available. I went ahead and went with the $8 one because it was cheaper. Now, it will not charge your phone. I've had it charge one device so far that received power, and I was reading about it, and it really depends on the device and the kernel. So Yeah, and also you're going to want to take that PN07IMG and delete it off of your flash drive, or every time you go into bootloader, it's going to do that. Unless we disconnect power, which then it's not going to be able to read that file, and we're probably going to screw up our phone. So let's not do that. Just hold the volume down button and then press power to reboot. And there you go. If you enjoyed the video, as always, please do me a huge favor and give it a thumbs up. Links to follow me on Instagram, Vine, Twitter, pretty much everything will be in the description below at the very bottom. And links to everything I'm doing in this video will be in the description as well. So please, where it says click here to show more, or click show more, it'll expand the description. You'll get to see everything that's below, all the links, everything. Not just the first 3 lines that most people are like, where's the other links? It's like, click show more. Anyways, if you're new to my channel, please make sure you subscribe. I've got many more videos coming very soon. Sorry it's been so long for an HTC One video. This is What Would Josh Do? And I'm out.